So right now, I know everyone wants a little extra cash. There isn't some boring side job, side hustle that you do after your boring 9 to 5. So that's why I thought I'd share a bunch of low effort, no cost, chill, but kind of fun ways to make money. And in a way, it's kind of lazy ways to make money. Like, it's not going to make you a ton of money, no, but who doesn't love some free money at the end of the week? And for these, you don't need a degree, a large following, or a ton of time. And I'm not talking surveys or anything like that, and I'm definitely not trying to sell you some course. This is me just putting you guys onto some game that I've been using for a little bit. So a way you can get some easy money is through a site called Redbubble. Now, you guys may have heard of it before. You may have even bought something from it before. Pretty much all it is a website where people can upload any design and then sell either stickers of it or t-shirts of it or anything pretty much. Now, you definitely don't need to be an artist. You can literally just rip things off the internet and re-upload them. Sometimes you will get copyright striked, but you just got to sort of play it smart. And you got to understand the nice medium of like, what is something popular, but not so popular so the company would then come copyright strike you, if that makes sense. Now, you're definitely not going to get rich off this, but it's free money at the end of the month that you haven't really worked for, because I'm not even joking, once you have an idea in mind, the process it takes from downloading that image to uploading it is less than 5 minutes. And I have multiple designs that have made me more than $100 each. So that 5 minutes is definitely worth it in the long run. Now, don't just go straight into uploading Nike logos and stuff like that. You got to be smart with it and upload things like in TV shows or references to pop culture that people would buy and know, but not necessarily be copyright striked. And again, the beauty of Redbubble is you're not really held accountable for copyright strikes. All that will really happen is Redbubble will take down your account, and I'm just saying it's not too hard to make a new one and just start again. To give you an idea on how much money you might make off doing something like this, some months I was around the $405 mark, but that was when I was onto a very smart idea that got taken down recently. But even without like a winning design, you might still get like $50 a month, which is super cool still. And another way that I love making money is super simple, and you may have even done it before, whether it was in this form or something like that. But people are sleeping on Xbox 360, PS3 game prices, man. There's so many people on Facebook Marketplace, like mums or people that have just grown up, that don't know the value of the games they're selling. And better yet, there's junkies on Facebook Marketplace that will sell their games for literally $2 a piece, and you can sell that, depending on the game, maybe $50 or more. Now, I'm lazy. I don't want to make an eBay listing, and I don't want to make a Facebook Marketplace listing, so I'll just take them to my nearest store that takes them. EB Games actually released something. It's called like retro games or something like that, where they now take older games. So this includes 360, PS3, or whatever console. And it's to compete with a growing store over here in Australia called Sex. I know it's a wild name, but it's such a sick store. You can go on their website and you can see the exact amount of cash that they will give you for a game. And I use this as a guide when I'm picking up games off Marketplace. For instance, you might see a bundle where someone's selling 20 Xbox games for $100. You want to find the ones that you think would be most expensive. I've been doing it for a while, so I know what's most expensive, but just go through the Sex website and just search game after game. And my rule of thumb that if it's not worth more than $5 cash, it's not worth me getting. And then I'll find a reasonable price to offer this Facebook person, grab the games for whatever amount we've negotiated, and then literally right after you pick them up, you can take them into EB Games or Sex and sell them instantly. I like to pile mine up a little before I sell them, so it saves me less trips in general. But yeah, that's a super easy way if you want to avoid the whole listing and pricing accurately. It's super lazy and you're cutting yourself short on a bit of money, but it's super easy. Another way to get some quick money is to enter dunk raffles. Now, I know it's super shady and it's a gray area that most people don't like, but everyone's doing it, and it seems like a complete fair way to make money. Now, I know sneaker releases are often littered with bots, but that's the thing with these skate shop ones. They're very by the book, and it's a smaller amount of people. For instance, there's this one skate shop in Australia called Fast Times. You can go to their website and you can see every raffle they've ever done, or can do, and you literally just enter that, man, enter your details, and you get the chance of winning this dunk, or a shoe, which you can then sell for profit. The most I've probably got off this is about $700 off a pair of shoes. I instantly flipped the orange lobster dunks, and I've even won like the purple lobster dunks and all sorts of dunks that have made me generally from like 100 to upwards of $700. But $700 is definitely on the higher end. Sometimes these shoes don't even sell and you're just left with a pair of shoes, which is hella annoying. And you would have also spent $150 on the shoes, so just keep that in mind. But about 80% of the time, these shoes will sell, and for at least $100. And with this, you just want to get rid of them fast, in my opinion at least. From what I've found with skate dunks in particular, is that they sit around the same price. They rarely go higher, or they drop to less than retail price. So with my dunks in particular, and pretty much any shoe that I get, I'm pretty much just selling it instantly. Like the Xbox 360 games, I'm lazy. I'm probably just going to make a Facebook listing within that day, undercut the price by like $30 to $50 and call it a day. They're almost guaranteed to sell at that rate. You can do the whole eBay listing thing, StockX thing, but this is chill ways to make side money, not how to start a business, because you can technically start a whole sneaker business like that. Now, a kind of interesting and fun way that I've made money, probably around $1,000 a month, while putting about 1 hour, 2 hours every day into it, and that's type beats. Producing, making beats, that sort of thing. Now, people say this industry is always oversaturated, and that's not true. When I joined it, they were saying it's oversaturated. But in my opinion, the supply for beats always meets the demand for beats. But yeah, man, you don't even need too much musical knowledge to do this. I guess you sort of just got to have an idea of what's cool, what's trendy, or I guess what's going to be cool and trendy. But for real, this is how simple it is. All you need is a laptop or a computer and a free version of FL Studio. Now, the free version just means that you can't open save files, but that's completely fine for when you're starting out. Now, what you're going to want to do is go to a site called Looperman. This is where you can get free melodies, samples, and loops, like this one. You match the BPM in FL Studio to the BPM of the loop that you just downloaded, and you pull it into FL Studio. Now I want you to go to Reddit/drum kits and find a drum kit pack that you like. Now a drum kit pretty much just is the drums that you hear in a song. So that be a clap or the hi-hats you hear or the bass and the kick that you hear, and of course the 808s. I'm not even joking. Look at a 10-minute YouTube tutorial on how to make beats and how to install the drum kits that you just downloaded, and you can make a super simple beat really fast. Some people get so fast to the point where they make beats in 5 minutes. And that was me at one stage, not necessarily making them in 5 minutes, but about 20 minutes. First, what you want to do is you want to upload all the beats you make under such and such rapper type beat. Rappers, what they do to find music is they type in artist type beat, and they'll literally just choose beats that look good on YouTube and potentially buy the beat. Now this is where you make money, and you want to make sure that the artist that you're using to make type beats isn't a super popular one but isn't also a dead one. I'm not sure if any of this is making sense, but if it is and it sounds interesting, it's super profitable. I mean, I was making 1k a month, and that was really chill because it was something that I enjoyed and something that took minimal time. Like some beats in particular, I maybe got paid $30, but there was a bunch of beats that I sold for $1,000 or more. So it's crazy to think that maybe 1 hour of my time was worth $1,000. And the fifth chill way to make money is to just not buy dumb shit and save money where you can. Like having a subscription to every TV service is not necessary, and you can definitely illegally watch movies and TV shows without any repercussions. You just do it smartly, using free trials all the time, and loyalty programs. Like you may as well be using your supermarket's loyalty program. You may as well be using Macca's or McDonald's loyalty system so you can get free chippies here and there, or just get particular deals. Try to minimize spending and just get things if you really fuck with it, because I know 9-to-5s can make life really depressing and you just want to buy things to fill the void, but just be more selective on what you buy. If you're about to do an online order, there's no harm in searching for a code that's going to save you money. And yeah, man, at the end of the day, these loyalty programs don't take any effort, so you may as well be using them. Like it does not hurt to use these systems. But yeah, man, I just thought I'd spill a little bit of sauce on how I make some money on the side these days. That is just some fun shit that doesn't take too much time out of your day and can become very passive and not necessarily stressful. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. Comment if you like this style of video, like tips and that sort of stuff. And let me know if I'm sleeping on any like small ways to make money. Let me know in the comments. As always, all my links are in the description. That being my clothing brand that's dropped some super sick air fresheners. Now I can only really get shipping in Australia right now, but I'm trying to sort out the American shipping. But yeah, this air freshener is so sick. So simple, and technically the cheapest thing on my website. But yeah, my other links like Instagrams, my streaming platforms, my Twitter, go show some love, but if not, that's all good. Anyway, it's been Once Faded. Peace.